Okay, thank you very much, Bu Eci, for the introduction. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Pak Pri, our respected deans, Pak Ananda, Pak Surya, Pak Eka, and of course, our college lecturers. Thank you for attending today's meeting. Okay, today I would like to share very briefly about what has been happening since the last one semester, since I here teaching at Sampurna. So that's why my topic is about accounting, because we came from the accounting study program from the FOB, and I'm very happy that we have this kind of events, because as we know that as a lecturer we have to improve our way of teaching, not only the content but also the method, because the only thing that actually constant is change. This came from the Greek. Okay, I would like to introduce myself, because maybe I'm guessing that some of you haven't known me since I've been here for the past 7 months. So I've been teaching accounting almost 10 years. So I have taught in several levels of educations, including for the IGCSE, foundations, college, and also university. And I'm also has been exposed to a very diverse student background, including cultures, economic background, and social background. So before I'm gonna start my presentation, I would like to ask to the audience here, do you think accounting is hard? I'm sure that you have heard about accounting before. So anyone like to share whether, based on your assumption or your knowledge, does studying accounting is quite hard? Or anyone? Okay.
Maybe not hard, but rigid. That's I assume rigid.
Rigid.
For me, it is hard. Okay. For me, it's hard. Except the number coming in my account.
Okay, that's a good point. Please said about numbers. So why do people believe accounting is hard? So most of the reason is that because people think that the math makes them uncomfortable. Like Papri said just now, and they believe that accounting is only about adding up the numbers, but it's actually not true. Accounting is actually about accountable. It's not about accounting. So the counting part is only a small part of our accounting programs. So in this semester, I've been assigned by Pak Andre to teach and supervise these 4 courses, which is, the first one is the managerial accounting, which I'm co-teaching with Pak Andre, and the second one I'm teaching strategic management accounting, and for the individual and corporate taxation and corporate finance, I'm co-teaching with the part-time adjunct lecturer. Okay, for the managerial accounting, we do have to utilize the Canvas, because Canvas is a very powerful tool that has been provided by the SU. So that's why our Canvas is actually quite, like Pak Kenny said, maybe quite rigid. So that's why we have put everything on the Canvas. For example, we have our syllabi. In our syllabus, we have a very detailed explanation about what we're gonna learn throughout the semester, even until the date and all the assignment, when it will be released, when it will be submit, and everything. So this is how we utilize our Canvas. So not only about in our module, for example, we provide brief explanation about what is they going to learn for each topic. So we have all the chapter review, learning objective, chapter outlines, and also we provide the PPT, yeah, PowerPoint slides, and it's quite comprehensive, so the student will have no difficulty in finding the teaching material. Besides the PowerPoint slides, we also provide some video that the student can actually so yeah, it's very brief video, about 5 or 10 minutes video for each chapter, and it's actually very related with what's happening today. And they're using real example, real company example.
Store in Wichita, Kansas. The idea of pizza chains was still very much a novelty.
Okay, we have the PPT, we have the video, and again, in accounting, actually it's about practice, 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 because this is a applied science, and most of the exam, assignment, and exercise will involve some kind of calculation or some kind of analytics. So that's why we always provide practice in every chapter. For example, I put all my exercise here, so the student can download the PDF. Yeah, and after we discuss in class, normally I will provide the answer key as well. Yeah. So the student can actually do everything in the Canvas. Yeah. Okay, so in managerial accounting, I'm still using the paper-based exercise here because I need to try to conditioning the students to face the paper-based exam. So in managerial accounting, we still use paper-based exam. So that's why from week to week, I try to do the paper-based exercise as well for the students, so they can at least adapt to the exam later. And of course, we're gonna try to use the Canvas, utilize the Canvas. But we do have different approach for the second courses. This is what I teach as well, which is the corporate finance. For corporate finance, I don't use any paper-based. Yeah. So in corporate finance, we fully utilize the Microsoft Excel to calculate anything related to finance. So that's why we have lots of Excel files here that we can use in exercise and also exam. Yeah, for example, like this one. So we have the exercise for example, Fisher equations. This is chapter 28. So the student can do all their work throughout the Excel, because later when they work, I don't think they will use paper-based anymore. So that's why we're trying to make the students adaptable in using the Excel. Yeah. So that's why we have lots of templates of exercise in Excel. Some of them we get it from the publishers, and some of them we have to recreate by ourselves. Yeah. So if you want to learn about finance and accounting, I will be happy to share this one with you as well. Yeah. Okay. Okay, for taxations, you do have different approaches as well, because taxation is all about regulations. So in taxations, we use the Canvas as well to provide all the teaching materials. So if you can take a quick look in our Canvas in taxations. So again, we provide everything on the Canvas, including all the teaching material and the undang-undang, yeah, or the law. for taxation. So the student can get everything from the Canvas. And of course, beside the Canvas, we using Excel as well to calculate all the tax here. Okay, and this is the technology that we are using this semester. Yeah. So the accounting study program and the FOB subscribe to a program that we call as TaxBase. So this is the TaxBase 6.0 that we starting to subscribe last July. And throughout this TaxBase, we can find any regulations, tax regulation. For example, I'm gonna try to find a regulation that the HR just share with you few weeks later. For example, Natura. So it will provide all the regulation related to the Natura. Yeah. So we need to find the latest one. So if you want to find out about why PAESA put additional tax to your income because you're using the Halodoc, yeah, to reimburse your medical, this is the rules, ya. Peraturan Menteri Keuangan Republik Indonesia Nomor 66 Tahun 2003 tentang perlakuan pajak penghasilan atas penggantian atau imbalan hubungan dengan pekerjaan yang diperoleh dalam bentuk natural. So we can find everything throughout the tax base, yeah. And we provide the tax base to the students because this is we only have 5 licenses, so we put 2 licenses in the lab at LG, and the student can remotely access the 2 computers that always on standby 24 hours, 7 days a week. Yeah. This is regarding the taxations. Okay. Okay, and the last one, because most of our teaching material is based on calculation, so that's why since COVID, I never been separate from my tab or iPad. Yeah, so that's why I'm using my iPad to teach the student both for online and offline, and I'm using the software that called OBS. Have you heard about the OBS? I think the lecturer from the DKV, Design Communication Visual, have used this regularly. OBS is the software that can project everything, yeah, throughout your laptop. So you can record a video, you can use this for example, I'm using this to project my iPad. Yeah, so that's why I'm rarely use the whiteboard to write or explain my topic. Okay, for example, I can write everything, yeah. So that's why I'm really using the whiteboard again. Normally I'm just gonna use my iPad, and I can directly share my explanation to the students throughout the Canvas. So for example, I can write everything throughout this one, yeah. All the formula, yeah. That's why I can put everything in handwriting and then share it to the students using the software that we call as OBS. I even can record everything, yeah, throughout the software. Okay. So that's why if you look at my Canvas again, most of especially in the managerial accounting, because the student will have paper-based exam. I'm also explaining everything in handwriting. And after I give the exercise, normally I will give the solution as well. Yeah. So that's why I can provide everything in handwriting for my students, because they have to face the paper-based exam. Yeah. Okay, I think you can try the OBS software as well, because it's actually open source software and it's free and it's very easy to use. Yeah. Okay, for the next in the accounting program, we know that some students or parents think that accounting is like a very old style study program. Yeah, but we actually have evolving for the past few decades. Yeah, for the next future accountant, we believe that the accountant need to have a data analytics knowledge. So that's why early in the beginning of the semester, me and Pa Andre have tried to get access to a software that's called Tableau. Yeah. So far we can get it for free. We get like 1 year, free license for academic, and we currently studying it to be applied to the accounting program in the next semester or in the next academic years. Yeah. So that's why we try to create tomorrow accountants that's going to be more relevant, more strategic, and also more creative than ever. I think that's the end of our presentation. I would like to close our presentation with the 2 quotes that I love about doing lectures. Okay, for all the lectures, your heart is slightly bigger than the average human heart. Yeah. Yeah. But that's because you are a teacher. And the second quote that I love is that if you have to choose between being kind or being right, okay, always choose being kind. Yeah, and then eventually you will always be right. Okay, thank you very much, everyone. And if you have any input or question for me, please go ahead. Thank you.
Okay, Bapak Ibu, I will open 5 minutes for Q&A session. Is there any question that you want to raise? Please, Patrick.
Very interesting. Thank you, Pak Budi. My question is, okay, you when you teach accounting to higher education, you involve like learning management system, software, and other devices, yeah, to create a future accountant. From your observation or experience, what are distinctive features of teaching accounting at SU compared to teaching accounting at other institutions? Because I believe they also use LMS, they use also software or other devices. From your observation, what are distinctive features that, or the uniqueness that you teach, the way you teach at SU compared to others teach at accounting at other institutions?
Okay, thank you, Patrick. Yeah, the thing that I've noticed for the past years that in SU we have a different market segment, Patrick. Yeah. So that's why all the students actually have better facility throughout the gadget they have. Yeah. So I noticed that all the students bring the laptop every day. Yeah. This is actually not happening in other university. Yeah. So that's why in other university we cannot fully utilize like using Excel in class, for example, yeah, because we have to tell the student to bring the laptop to the school. Tapi in Sampurna, actually every student bring the laptop every day. So that's why this is the first time that I'm fully utilizing using Excel, yeah, for learning and teaching processes. Yeah, because I cannot apply it before because all the students have the same issue, which is about their gadgets, about their laptop, about their iPad, and about and other things, yeah, including how the university provide the internet facility for the student as well. I think in the Sampurna University, all the facility is actually very good, yeah, compared to other university, even the big one. Yeah. So that's why we can actually fully utilize non-paper-based teaching and learning processes. We can utilize all the softwares, including we have subscribed to Microsoft Teams. So that's why the student will have full access to Microsoft Office, Microsoft Access, Microsoft Access, not yet, yeah. Oh, okay, Microsoft Access is all included. And we also have, if I'm not mistaken, we also have Microsoft Power BI. Yeah, it's similar with the Tableau. Yeah. I think that's the main differences. And the student in Sampurna is actually, in average, academically, it's much more better than the other campus. Kalau other campus itu, the gap between the low performer and the high achiever is quite big. Yeah. Tapi in Sampurna, we still have that gap, yeah, but not as big as another campus.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bobby. Is there any other question? May I? Okay. According to your experience teaching accounting in Sampurna, did you allow your student to use calculator during the class? And the other one, have you experienced that the student answer the question by using the information from AI? I don't know.
Okay.
Is there any AI that can help them to answer that accounting problem?
Okay, thank you, Bu Eci. Yeah. So one of the main issue in doing the evaluation for accounting student or any FOB student that studying accounting is that the answer of all students, if they correctly answer the questions, should be the same. Yeah. So that's why there's a high possibility that the student can copy the answer of their friends and just submit them. But fortunately, because normally we ask them to submit in Excel, in Word, yeah. So it's kind of hard for them to send the questions without actually try to differentiate it. Yeah. But we know for sure that some students actually copying their answer from other students as well. But they try to make it different. Yeah. But again, this is one of the main issues that probably we have to overcome, especially when we preparing the exam. Yeah. So I know that because I joined certifications exam few weeks ago, they using one software that we call as Safe Base Exam. So So by using this Safe Exam browsers, yeah, I think we have to coordinate with the IT. Yeah. So once this is installed in the student computers and all the participants that going to exam, it can actually lock all the applications except for the one that we allow. For example, we only allow certain page on Canvas related to the exams. So all the other application will be shut down automatically by the Safe Exam browser, this one. I think we should implement this one, yeah, instead of doing traditional proctoring, which still allow some looks for the student to check, yeah. And once we have this one, I think we can fully have like full non-paper based exam, including for the theoretical exam as well. Yeah, because the student cannot open any other apps, only for certain pages that we actually allow. Yeah. So it will.
Is it free access or not?
I don't think so. Yeah. But I just used this one a couple weeks ago because I'm joining the certification for accounting certifications. So we have the exam is on site, yeah, but we have to bring our own laptop to do the exam. They didn't provide the laptop, but we have to install this software, the Safe Exam Browser, and once we run the SAB, it automatically shut down everything. Yeah. But I think this will be good if we combine this with our Canvas. I'm not for sure that this can be combined with the Canvas, yeah, or any other LMS. Yeah. Thank you, Betty.
Thank you, Pak. Let us give applause to
Thank you very much for the presentation.